Alright, it's already time, isn't it, for a new video. This time not from behind enemy lines, but much closer to the front. And I say that because the extrajudicial campaigns that are being waged against me, Stephen Bell, all over Denmark in public is absolutely outrageous. And there are so many different campaigns being waged to have me set up to be either imprisoned, institutionalized, or hurt or killed. You have the Danish intelligence agencies literally running daily PSYOP campaigns to the public, in which I am continuously accused of being some pedophile sex criminal without ever being charged, without ever being prosecuted, without ever being made aware of anything. They are using their classic psychological warfare methods, so they're using synthetic telepathy, so they're just making all kinds of outrageous comments, claims, and electronic harassment of people who are in my vicinity, and they are specifically going after the elderly and children. So if I'm near, people are literally running away from me because of all the outrageous comments that are being transmitted over this communication system, which is everybody are being indoctrinated to believe to blame me for. There are several campaigns going on to have me kicked out of my fight sports. Yesterday again they tried to have me kicked out of Aalborg martial arts. They did everything from blaming me for supposedly looking untowards at people, and they had kids running about poking their heads in the gym and trying to make out as if I was doing something wrong while I was just training. And when that didn't work, when it's so obvious what they were doing, then they started one of their second or third fronts, which is to do sparring. And when we do sparring, go 100% against me, and if I do the same, then I will get kicked out, and being instigating hard sparring, like 100% sparring, and if I do the same, then I'm very likely to be kicked out. So I had to juggle all of these things yesterday, and still I didn't get kicked out because there was literally no reason for doing so. Of course, when I got home, I got subjected to high sleep deprivation, so I wasn't allowed to get any sleep at all. The government here in Denmark are so frantic in having me set up to be imprisoned or killed or institutionalized that they are again blaming me for other people's acts. So the Danish broadcasting media service, Denmark's radio, like they're doing in America, they are running all kinds of really inappropriate children's content, and they are grooming, if you will, the youth to accept gay, transsexual, perverted themes of a sexual nature in general, and it's being shown on kids' television, and a lot of people are up in arms over this, and the Danish intelligence agency are spinning the situation and trying to turn this situation onto me, as they did with the kidnapping and rape of a little girl a couple of weeks ago, and last year was the mass shooting in fields. So they're using the frustration, using something that is trending and turning it around and trying to put it onto me. And this is what they're doing constantly, and I can't really go anywhere anymore. It's so outlandish what they are doing through these means, and they're literally instigating lynch mobs against me, and I'm on the verge of being stopped by the police, and they want to provoke me into a situation which they can use against me. So there is a lot of things going on, and you can say their willingness to do literally just about anything through proxies. If they're doing something that is of a tangible or of a physical nature, they're going to use proxies, and they're going to use their the Danish population as their de facto proxies, completely and utterly coordinated through the programs, real-time synthetic telepathy communication systems, while they're pumping out constant propaganda movies which they are claiming somehow is evidence of all the crimes that I've committed, but they're never using any of this footage which they say that they have in these virtual movie fabrications. Why they're not using them in a court of law? Obviously because it's completely and utterly false and fabricated. So things are so preposterously in your face that it's impossible not to know how all of this is a fraud, how it's a charade. But it's so incessant and it's so constant that Edward Bernays would be amazed of which level the state is using propaganda and psychological warfare on the public at large, and using all the classic tricks and techniques that are known in these regards. And I'm just one person being absolutely and utterly socially and politically persecuted.